Romans was written to Rome. And if you look at it from the perspective of Caesar, you're probably not liking a lot of what Romans says. Because it acknowledges that Jesus is the ultimate source of authority, that Jesus Christ is Lord. And it says, if you believe in your heart and confess with your mouth that Jesus, not Caesar's Lord, but Jesus Lord, you shall be saved. There was an old Roman coin that said, there is no other name under heaven whereby you must be saved. And it was applied to Caesar. So when Peter and John say that in Acts 4, that was we want to be good citizens, but it's better to obey God than man. And he is our ultimate authority. Even the term gospel had an application. It was Caesar Augustus, before Christ came along. He was born in the reign of Caesar Augustus. Had issued his euangelion, his gospel of the kingdom. That he had ascended to the throne and he was the emperor. Defeated Mark Antony and all of that. That's something Caesars would do. Is they would come to the throne. They didn't want any contenders to take the position, which usually meant civil war in Rome. So they'd issue their euangelion that they were euangelion is the word gospel, by the way, Greek word for gospel, saying, hey, Tiberius is now in charge. Everybody needs to know that Tiberius is Lord, the son of the divine, the son of God Augustus. And they would say this kind of thing. So when the gospel puts forth that Jesus Christ is Lord, it's saying Caesar's not our ultimate authority. Jesus Christ is. That's intolerable. Rome recognizes it as intolerable because that undermines a pagan law order that's built upon emperor worship. It was a threat. In communist China, Christianity is a threat. Christians taking up charitable donations to help someone instead of pointing them to a government program was a threat. It was illegal in communist Russia to give a private charitable donation to someone because they didn't want anybody looking to anything but the state to be their provider. So all of that to say that the first commandment, you shall have no other gods before me, rightly understood, is a threat to tyranny everywhere. And that for us as Christians to say, well, we're just going to keep it spiritual and we'll surrender we'll have our sacred secular distinction. And we got our Christianity in a neat little pocket over here. And then the rest of this, we got plenty of room for Freud. We got plenty of room for Darwin. We got plenty of room for Marx. We got plenty of room because Jesus has a very limited little jurisdiction over here in the corner of Sunday morning before we have to run home for the football game. That's not the way the Bible sets forth the authority of Christ as King of Kings and Lord of Lords.